Hi, Scorpio. Happy August. I hope you're doing well. Okay. All right, guys. Here we go. Okay. We come in with the Empress as your energy. Okay. We've got the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Hanging Man. We've got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Swords. And the outbound card is the Knight of Coins. Okay. Now, let's see. I think you're trying to gain clarity on something. These two cards right here coming in, I think that you get lost. I think that you need a different perspective, and I think that that's why the Hanging Man is coming in. I think you're looking at your life. Sometimes, like I always say, we have tons of boxes, right? We have family, we have work, we have friends, we have responsibilities, and we try to fit everything in, right? Sometimes, you know, you've got to give attention where attention is needed at the time, right? I think what you're trying to solve is this, right? You're trying to get clarity on the beginning of the Two of Cups it's a two-way street, right? It's giving and receiving, right? And I think that you're at the beginning stages of that, but I think you're overthinking it. I think you're not able to get out of your head and rationalize what the Knight of Coins, right? He gets lost in the detail, right? He gets lost in the detail, and the painting never gets painted, right? You've got to be, things don't always need to be so deep. You know what I mean? You've got to know how to set yourself free, and that's by being present, right? That's by gaining clarity through just accepting that things just there's divine intervention, right? There's divine guidance. There's I think what you're trying to do here is you're always just drop anchor. Just drop anchor. I think you're looking to put roots down here somewhere, but it's perplexing you as into how to do that, how to be happy, right? How to be happy when things are always changing, right? How to be happy when things aren't always nicely packed in, you know, little pretty boxes, right? I think what you're trying to do here is, instead of looking at things as, you know, you've got two cards here. And if you look at this card, you can see the two cups in the middle there. You know, it's the, you've got to get how do I say this? The mind is a double-edged sword, right? I think you are you're stuck somewhere. You're diving too deep here. I just get the feeling that you really want to be like liberated or just set free. And with the Empress coming in here, right? This is a card of abundance. It's a card of desire. It's a card of, if you look at this, the Knight of coins here, there's, you know, he's got the wand. So he's got fire, he's got desire, he's got passion, right? And there's a coin too. It's not just about it's who are you in the world with other people. It's not you as the island. And I think that that's the transition you're having a problem with. You're part of a bigger equation. You're not the equation, right? And I think that that's what's puzzling you. It's you know, if how do I think you're looking to drop roots here. I think you're looking for a relationship. I think you just don't know how to. Certain parts of your life, not every part of our life we understand, right? There may be something going on in your life where you're just not really sure, right? A relationship could have started and you're just not really sure where it's going to go. Let it play out and be confused about it, but go do something else. You know what I mean? Not everything in life at the same time has to make sense. We go through different things at different times, right? But I think that what you're having you're trying to, you're looking at something. You need to switch your perspective. You need to see the bigger picture of things, right? You need to observe something instead of, you play a role in life. You're not life itself, right? I think you're just not sure how to, this is going to sound odd, but I feel like you're trying to set yourself free, but ground yourself at the same time. I think you're trying to find your spot, right? And I think it's perplexing you because you're not quite sure how to do that, right? This is where, you know, we go from the I to the we, right? It's where in the seventh house of partnerships, right? It's now you go into the eighth house where it's about karma is in that house, right? It's where we now get to know things about each other through communication, right? It's through living together. It's through how do we, you know, engage with each other? How do we habitate together, right? Because it's like, it's like the relationship that you formed in the seventh house, you're now trying to live in the eighth house, right? It's the house of harmony. It's the house of perfection, right? But it's perfection through consistent change, right? And I think that you're having a hard time trying to switch gears here. What you're looking for is here. You've just got to, you know, nothing is wrong here. It's not. There's black and there's white. There's gray, right? But in the middle is where the beauty is, right? So just let things be. You don't need to always be diving deep. I just keep feeling like you're diving deep here, but you're looking to set yourself free. I really feel like, did you ever hold like a ball underwater and then you let it go and it pops out? That's what I feel like you're trying to do. But at the same time, you're trying to grow roots, right? Just be. Just be. Just go with the flow. Release some control here. Let your life just embrace change. Embrace change. Even if you can't see how it's going to be, just embrace change. It won't kill you, I swear. You've got people in your corner too that are trying to show you something, right? It may be your partner who's trying to show you a different way to do something and you're not wanting to do it. With the Eight of Cups, what happens here? This is an 8 card. You have divine guidance. I think that the 8 of Cups in here, you've got to empty some of this, really, because I think that what the 8 is, the 8 of Swords are full, right? They're full of emotion. They're full of this, they're full of that, they're full of all the things that you think you need to solve the mystery on, right? And the Two of Swords is your debacle here, because it's getting out of your head, right? That's why I say that ace of Swords here is you're trying to gain clarity in, you know, what you're your own worst enemy, because you're the one who's tying yourself up here. This is beautiful, but for some reason it's puzzling you. You've got the Ace of Wands, right? Which is clarity. It's success. It's aha, right? It's a new way of thinking. It's seeing things without the rose-colored glasses, right? The Two of Cups is kind of like, you know, it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's you reinventing yourself over and over and over again, right? Through change. But it's puzzling you. You're not quite sure. You're not comfortable with it. You're out of your comfort zone for sure. But you're getting divine guidance here. I just think you're not listening to it. Scorpio people, like I say, they're some of the most, they would be some of the most happiest people if they would just let go of control, right? Just go with change, embrace change, because this is a lot of change for you. And I think with this card, you don't like it. You don't like change at all. And that's what when something changes, you walk away instead of going with the change. What you're going to miss here, if you don't change your perspective seriously and start to see the big picture, is you're going to lose the relationship that you're wanting in your life, right? Because you're already starting to go. The outbound card is this is an on-the-go card. It's not dropped anchor. It's slow. It's slow because it can't get out of its own way. He's too bound with the details, right? That he never sees the big picture. These cards have very similar energy. You're tying yourself up here. This is this, but you're doing it to yourself. And unfortunately, what you're going to miss out on if you don't start looking at things differently is you're going to miss out on, you know, a relationship here. Because one's presenting itself, I don't think you're trusting it. I'm going to say this, okay? I am pretty sure that these eclipses are going to show you a few areas where. That's why I think you're getting divine guidance here. I think these eclipses are going to show you areas that you need to make change. You have great things coming for you. I do readings for a lot of Scorpios. They're looking for this. They want this. They do. They just don't trust it. And I get it. It's scary. But I assure you, you would be some of the happiest people if you just would embrace change. Just even a little bit, right? I mean, I know you guys want relationships, right? One sits right here for you. You've just got to trust it a little bit, right? Because like I say, I think really that the roots that you're trying to get for yourself give you the freedom and the liberation that you're looking for. I just think you won't do it. But with the Empress as your energy here, and you've got the, all right, here's the Ten of Cups, and the Judgment card, and the Tower card. Okay, you've got cards here that where am I? That speak of change. Just change in thought. These cards aren't, they're not, the Tower card, don't be afraid of that, and the Judgment card too. The Ten of Cups is showing you that it's empty out your cups. What are you going to fill them with now? Right? You've got the 8 and the 10 of Cups. They're happiness, right? But you've just got to change the way that you're thinking. That's all this is. And I think that that's what this Empress is trying to show you. This could be someone in your life, or it can be divine guidance. Either way, you're getting divine guidance, and you clearly have someone in your life who's wanting to spend time with you or wanting to share a life with you, but you're not stopping long enough to see the whole picture. They may be confusing you, you know, but you're playing a role in this, right? I think you're just not willing to do the we opposed to the I, right? I think it scares you, but it's sitting here for you. And I think, like I say, you know, these eclipses may show you a few things. Like I say, that 8th house too is that house of karma. It's going to show you where you're your own worst enemy, right? Things aren't always deliberate, but karma is just energy in and energy out. That's all it is. But if we're going through life, you know, I don't know how to even say it, but you're being asked to really just release the ways you think about things, right? You're start listening to your guidance. Start realizing that we only have fractions of things, right? We only have fractions of the equations. We're part of an equation. We're not the equation. And I think that once, if you flip your mindset that way, you'll repeatedly be open to different things, right? Because in the middle of this sits the Two of Cups, right? Maybe you just need some time to yourself. You know what I mean? I think that you've got to go from the because I can feel this very strong. You're not wanting to share. You know what I mean? Like you're not, and I say that in a way that I know what you want, but I don't think you're willing to put the investment into what it is. Right? I think you've got to allow yourself to be set free here in whatever way that is to you. But I think that it's the emotional. I think you're in a position to align yourself with a relationship. I just don't think I think you're trying to figure it all out, and you're trying to lay the groundwork in your way, and it's not an I, it's a we. And I think you're having a problem making that transition. So, ironically, I think that when you look at something different, change your perspective on something, give up the I for the we, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay? Because again, this 10 of Cups is a great relationship. You go from the 2 to the 8. It's like it's this, then it's this, and then the 10 is this. Right? So you're doing the dance here. And the Judgment card and the Tower card are both cards that speak you need to start looking at something different. You need to start doing something different, right? The Judgment card is a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to leave the past in the past and to go forward, okay? And you've got the Wheel of Fortune card here, okay? I think something, too, may have caught you off guard, right? And that's not something that Scorpio likes. But what it caught you off guard with was most likely a relationship. And you're just not easily shifting the gears from I to we, right? So it's a perspective change is all that this is going to take, and that sets you free. It really does. And at the same time it sets you free, you could take a breath because now you've got roots. That's what I really feel. Oddly, I think that this change of perspective really sets you free, and in that freedom, right, of not having to think it's all on you, you're able to enjoy, you know, the beauty in there between the paradoxes, right? So there you have it. I think that what you're trying to do is you're just trying to, you need to realize that what you're looking for, you're only part of that equation. So if you aren't receptive to that, and you have to always be the, you know, the person on that, you know, doing the analysis, you're not letting anyone in. So that's what you're really being asked to do here. And that 8 of Cups is not you walking away. It's patterns that need to be broken. It's the time when you need to take a step back and look at why you do the things that you do. And in that, really, that's the shift here. Look at the things that you do and why you do them, right? Because if you're getting bored with things and you're thinking that things aren't always enough, right? It's one thing to be forging forward. Of course, it's human nature to always want more. We're supposed to be exploring and growing and doing all of that. But what you walk away from, I feel, consistently is it's boredom. But when I say that, what I'm saying is when you don't know, I really wanted to keep these short. I apologize, but there's you're going to get tripped up here. You need to go back in your day-to-day, right, and look at the things that I think you just get bored very easy. But that to me shows me that you kind of have to look at yourself a little bit more. You know, what are the patterns? Why do I keep getting into relationships and at a certain point I hit that button and I back out? You know, I get to a certain point, I hit that button and I back out. There's a pattern here as to why you're doing what you're doing. And with a change in perspective here, it will change your life. It'll really free you up a lot and you'll be happy, right? I just don't think you're receptive. So I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. But I can see what you're doing here, and it's nothing new. It's the things that you do, you know, but you wanted a relationship, it's here. It's just now you're not quite sure how to get every piece of the puzzle laid out, and life's not like that. You need to be part of this equation, not the whole equation, right? It's the start of something. Give it a chance, okay? Because the 10 was in here, but you're going to hit that 8 and you're going to need to change your perspective. And my concern is that you've got this card on the outbound, you know, he's his own worst enemy. He is. Okay. All right, there you go. I hope that I helped you in some way. If you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay? Thank you so much.